Hey guys, what is up and welcome to this video where I am going to be talking about streaming behind the scenes, kind of like behind the screen, what is really going on and all that kind of stuff. As some of you might know, I have been a full-time streamer for about 2 years and then I quit. I'll get more into that later. But I believe that on the outside, when people are looking at other streamers on Twitch, they're thinking that it's amazing and it's awesome and it's the best job ever. I do agree with that. It is quite an amazing job. You get to be your own boss, you get paid to play video games, you can work as much or as little as you want. Well, it's going to have an impact on your income, but you are pretty much your own boss on that part. You can also play the games you want, you can hang out with awesome people in the chat, you get to entertain people and travel. If you're a bigger streamer, you get invited to stuff and all that kind of stuff. Really, on the outside, just thinking about all the things I just said, it makes streaming look amazing, and it's something a lot of gamers, casual gamers or pro gamers or whatever, like want to achieve, want to do, because it's pretty awesome that way. The thing is, behind the scenes, there's a lot of stuff going on when a streamer is not streaming. For example, you have to look for sponsors, which can be really tough and really hard because you do need the money to pay your bills and get some food and stuff. And talking about food, I do believe food is one of the biggest concerns for a streamer, because before you go online or before you go streaming, you have to prepare food, you have to eat food, of course, so you're ready for the stream. You have to think about food, dinner. Like, for example, I live with my boyfriend, so I always had to kind of, talk with him about when we could eat and all that kind of stuff. I think it's such a huge, it's a kind of a big problem when it comes to being a streamer. For me as well, I made my own layouts, took a lot of time as well, updating all my social media, all that kind of stuff, interacting with you guys. Not that I hate it, but it is one of the things that takes time and it's a part of the job. Thinking about games to play and how you can improve your stream, like how can you make it more interactive, how can you make it more fun, how can you make it new, all that kind of stuff really takes a lot of time. Just like your brain is always kind of trying to figure out new ways or new things to do on the stream. I also think that when I was a full-time streamer, that one of the bigger issues were that in the weekends I could never go to family stuff. Like, I always had to say, I can't really do that, I have to work. Because the thing is, if you have a normal job where you're working, you know pretty much how much you get paid. But the thing is, when you are streaming and if you take a weekend off or a week off or whatever, it means that you're not gonna get any income at all, and then you kind of, like, if you're not streaming one day, people pretty much think you're dead. So if you've been off streaming, let's say for a weekend, Friday to Sunday, and you get back again on Monday, people are like, oh, where have you been? And like, you kind of have to work up your stream again, because if you're streaming every day same time, people will kind of work it into their schedule that they have to watch your stream. So being consistent is really important, and it's also what really drains, well, I can only talk for myself, but it really drained me, because every day you have to smile, you have to entertain, you have to be like happy and smiling and all that kind of stuff, because, well, of course we all have days where we're down, but it's not really allowed, if you can say that, as a streamer, because people expect you to entertain you and be happy and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's really, one of the things that drained me a lot is that, like, it's every day. Of course it's every day, that's a job, that's how it is, but I kind of run tired in it, in a way. Like, it's really difficult as well, because when you work from home, like getting up at 7 in the morning instead of getting up at 2 p.m. like, it's really difficult because you have no one to kind of like keep you at it in a way. So I think that's really difficult as well, like keeping everything in a rhythm where it works. As many of you guys probably know, if you're watching streamers, like their sleeping pattern is totally messed up, most of them. And that's just because it's so hard to keep up, like, with everything. It's really difficult. Oh well, Another thing is that when you are streaming, again, kind of behind the scenes, is that there is a lot of other streamers that are contacting you. Again, I can only talk for myself, but this happened to me a lot. A lot of people messaging me on Twitch or on my social media or whatever, trying to kind of be my friend in a weird way, but pretty much all of them were really new streamers, and the only thing they were trying to do is just being friends with me, so I would either host them or rate them or something like that. It took me some time to like figure out. I think it's a pretty tough community overall. I can't really imagine how it's going to be for the bigger streamers. I'm not going to name any names, but it's kind of like all the bigger streamers have to be friends in a way. Like if you're not friends with them, you're not really a part of it. Like a lot of the other streamers are interacting with each other on social media and all that kind of stuff. It's the same with bigger YouTubers. Like in a way you're kind of forced to be friends because you're doing the same job. I don't know who is really making up all these rules, but it's just the way it is. Like if you're not friends with the bigger streamers or friends with the bigger YouTubers or whatever, it's kind of like you're not a part of the community. And like people well, you don't really do collabs on Twitch, that's more on YouTube, but you kind of still interact with each other, even though like probably the biggest streamers are not really rating each other after they're done streaming, where smaller streamers more like kind of have to grow, because the bigger streamers, I've talked about this before, but the bigger streamers on Twitch are the ones with the viewers. If you are a smaller streamer trying to make it, it can be really tough because people just go to the streamers they already know. And because streaming, over the past few years, streaming have been evolving. Like it turned into this thing that everyone can do. Well, it doesn't really matter if you're into entertainment or you want to entertain people. A lot of people stream without webcam. Well, they do have a microphone, but like they're just playing a game and then they think, hey, I will stream this because, well, maybe it can be my job. And then people turn on this and they don't really put the energy into it. So it's kind of like become this thing that everyone can do. So the thing is, everyone who's streaming, like it doesn't matter the game, but everyone who's streaming at the same time are competing for the viewers, because the viewers are so important. Like if you don't have any viewers, you don't get any followers, you don't get the sub button, you don't get donations, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, pretty much everyone who's on Twitch have a dream of making streaming their job. If I knew how it would be to stream, like if I knew all the behind the scenes, I think I would still have done it, but I would probably have done things different. Like there's a lot of harassment involved, like hate messages you get off stream or rude people in the chat and all that kind of stuff, and you have to be made of something special, or you have to be really strong person, because people will judge you from what they see on the stream. Like they don't see all of you, they don't see anything. Like they see maybe 5-10% of who you really are, and they will judge you. They will say mean things and they will do stuff like that, and you have to be made of something special to kind of like put up your shield and, you know, still go on in a way. So I do believe that a lot of people, when they think about, hey, I want to become a full-time streamer, mom, get me a microphone and a webcam, you know, like there's a lot of things that people don't really realize how hard it actually is, because people think, oh yeah, you just play video games for a living, that must be easy, and it's really not. It's really not. I have to say, the people that are huge on Twitch, I don't know, man. I have to say, the bigger streamers on Twitch that stream every day for 9 hours, whatever, I think they're really amazing. I think they're doing a really great job. And especially after I've done full-time streaming myself for about 2 years, I can say it's tough. It's really harder than it looks. If something looks easy, it's because they're really good at it. That's for sure. I also have a few questions here I asked on my Facebook and Twitter. If you guys had any questions, you could ask them here. I have a question from Cass saying, do you need a face cam to be a successful streamer? I do believe, as I talked about a little bit, like the competition is really hard, and I think a webcam is a good way to put your personal touch on your stream. Because if you don't have a webcam, it's really difficult to interact with the viewers the same way a streamer with a webcam is. I wouldn't say that it's necessary to have a webcam. You can definitely start off with nothing else than what you have right now. I don't think it's smart to, when you're like, hey, I want to be a full-time streamer, and then you buy a new webcam, a new microphone, a new computer, all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Just go with what you have and see if you actually like it. As I said, there's a lot of things behind the scenes and a lot of things that are different than what you think it is. So I don't believe you have to start out with a webcam, but I think because the competition is so hard, a webcam is a great idea to put your own personal touch on your stream. Then I have another question from Ethan that says, what makes you happy about streaming? What can we have? What makes you happy about streaming? I think it's that I could be my own boss. I could decide everything myself. I got to meet some of my best friends through my stream on Twitch, and it's just really, really awesome. What got me into streaming? One of my other online friends, you might know him, he's called Raps, he's a mod in my stream. I saw his stream long time ago and he was playing Amnesia, and I'm chicken, like I can't play horror games. So I found Twitch, and then I found out that I could watch other people play games that I wouldn't play myself. So I watched Raps playing Amnesia on Twitch, and then one day he wasn't streaming, or he stopped his stream or whatever, I don't really remember, but he had to do something and wasn't online, and I was like, oh damn, what am I gonna do? And then I started the stream myself. Oh my god, I don't want to see that footage. But I did. I remember I had like 2 viewers, and I was streaming Black Ops 2 on my PC, on my laptop, and my laptop got so hot that I couldn't even have my left hand on WASD. It was crazy. What's the best way to start out streaming? I think to begin with, as I said, just go with what you have. Don't buy anything for streaming. Seriously, just go with what you have and then work up from there if you really want to do it. And then again, seriously, play games you want to play. Don't look at what have the most views or what is most popular or whatever. Seriously, go with what you want, because the people that come into the stream can feel if you have to kind of act, let's say for 6 hours or 8 hours, that you're playing a game you don't really want. It's going to be really tough on you. So play a game that you really like and that you really enjoy. Then we have another question from Lucas saying, when to quit streaming, take a break, and why did you take a break from it? I think the bigger streamers, like as we talked about, consistency, like you have to be online every day. If you're not online 1 or 2 days, people think you're dead. So I think when you don't really have the drive anymore, when you think it's too much, like when you have to use too much energy to actually just start the stream, I think it's time to take a break. The reason why I took a break was because I'm 24 and I wanted to start on an education. So I kind of took a break from it there, and then I'm streaming a few times after that, but it's not really, I'm not doing it full time anymore at all. So, and I don't know if I'll do it again. That's not a question. Let's not go there. So I hope that gave you a few insights or gave you a few ideas how it is to actually stream. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them here on the video. I'll respond to them. If you guys are streaming and have difficulties how to tackle whatever, I would love to help you out. So do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you guys for watching my long ramble video. I really appreciate it. Much love goes out to all of you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.